Ivan Cleary's secret family scandal exposed. Some truths are heavier than any premiership trophy, and some silences echo louder than a packed stadium on grand final night. It began on a quiet Sunday morning in the Blue Mountains, the kind of golden spring day when the mist still clings to the gum trees, and the only sound is magpies calling across empty footy fields. Inside a modest weatherboard home in Penrith's outer suburbs, Ivan Cleary sat alone at the kitchen table, staring at a single sheet of paper that threatened to unravel everything he had spent a lifetime building. Please like, share, and subscribe for more sport talk content. By midday, the story had broken across every sports page in the country. Documents leaked, old secrets unearthed, whispers that the most respected coach in the game had lived a hidden chapter decades earlier, a first marriage, a child, a past quietly buried beneath the weight of premierships and public adoration. The Panthers' training facility fell unnaturally still. Players who usually filled the air with laughter and sledging moved in hushed clusters. Nathan Cleary arrived late, eyes red, and walked straight past the media pack without a word. For the first time in his life, the Prince of Penrith looked mortal. That afternoon, Ivan fronted the cameras alone. No club suit, no prepared statement, just a Navy training polo and the face of a man carrying 40 years of private weight. He did not dodge. He did not deflect. He simply spoke, voice low and steady, about choices made in his early 20s, about love that didn't last, about a daughter he had always supported but rarely spoken of publicly. "I've never been ashamed of my family," he said, pausing as the words caught in his throat. "Only sorry that someone I love has been hurt by having her story told without her consent." In that moment, you could hear the stadium lights humming in the silence that followed. The leaked documents painted a picture of a young Ivan, barely out of his playing teens, navigating fatherhood long before he ever coached a senior game. The child, now grown, had chosen privacy all these years, until someone decided privacy was no longer her right. Within hours, the internet erupted, old photos surfaced, conspiracy threads bloomed. Yet beneath the noise, something gentler began to rise. Messages from single mothers thanking Ivan for owning his truth, from adult children of quiet arrangements saying they finally felt seen. At training the next day, Jarome Luai placed a hand on his coach's shoulder and simply said, "We've got you, boss." Isaiah canceled media commitments to sit with Nathan. The Panthers didn't circle the wagons. They opened the gates and let honesty breathe. In the days that followed, Ivan's daughter released her own short statement, asking for space, expressing pride in the father she had always known. It was graceful, measured, and it silenced the circus more powerfully than any club press release ever could. This is not a story of disgrace. It is the story of a man who carried a private promise for 35 years and never once let it compromise the way he treated people, on the field or off it. Through the storm, Ivan kept coaching. Same clipboard, same calm voice on the training paddock. Only now, when he spoke about integrity, you understood the cost he had already paid to live the word. "I've made mistakes," he told the playing group one quiet evening as the sun bled orange across Mulgoa Road. "But I've never stopped trying to be the kind of man my kids could be proud of, all of my kids. Nathan knows everything now. We've cried together, we've laughed together, and we're stronger for it. I don't need the world to forgive me. I needed to forgive myself a long time ago." Footy gives you a platform. How you use it when no one's filming, that's what matters. In the weeks that followed, opposition fans still booed, but many now applauded too, an acknowledgement not of perfection, but of courage. When Ivan Cleary next walks the sidelines at a core stadium, the spotlight will feel different. Not because anything about him has changed, but because we finally see the whole man, the premiership genius, the stoic leader, and the young father who chose responsibility over convenience long before the cameras ever found him. He won't speak of it again unless asked. He doesn't need to. The way he coaches now, the way he looks at Nathan a fraction longer before every game, the gentle pride in his eyes when he mentions all four of his children by name, those are the statements that endure. Because sometimes the greatest scandal isn't the secret itself. It's the grace with which a person carries it until the day they no longer have to. Ivan Cleary didn't just survive the exposure of a hidden truth. He reminded an entire sport that real legacy isn't measured in trophies alone, but in the quiet, decades-long commitment to doing the right thing when no one is watching. And somewhere out there, a young coach facing his own impossible choice will remember the man who stood in the fire, spoke honestly, and came out the other side not smaller, but infinitely larger. That is the mark Ivan Cleary leaves now, not just on the game, but on every heart that understands the difference between falling short and never stopping trying to stand tall. If you want, I can merge all three stories,